you are a B2B service-based business owner and you are looking to gain more clients, create more impact and more revenue in your business, tune in to Amplify Your Marketing Message with Christine Campbell-Rappin. Every week, we're going to take you through how to build an audience of buyers, mastering your marketing message, and making offers that convert consistently. We'll see you all on the inside. There's a lot of buzz and a lot of aspiration when it comes to working with a high-paying client or a high net worth individual. And my friends, it can be an incredibly rewarding journey to serve at a really high level. But make no mistake, high ticket is not the lazy way to do as little work as possible to get paid big bucks. Today, I want to talk about what strategies are working in today's economy to attract high ticket clients. Things that are working for myself and for my clients, because I want you to win if you're prepared to serve at a very high level. My name is Christine Campbell-Rappin. I am the host here of Amplify Your Marketing Message, and I help business owners create predictable client growth and particularly serve at a very high level. And I'm going to show you how to win with high tickets today. So first off, let's just set the scene. High ticket clients is a really broad term. It's an industry jargon, and it means something different to every business owner. But for the context of where we are today, I want to be talking about something that is costing at an investment level for your next client more than $3,000. So $3,000 and north is what we're talking about today. And a high ticket buyer, customer or client, use that word that sits well for you, has different expectations than somebody who is looking at a program, service, or offering for only a couple $100. And so let's talk about expectations number one. Clients across the board all are only putting their money in your pocket for a result. But a high ticket client also has more expectations than just a result. Because a result should be a given when you put a lot of money in somebody else's pocket. What they are looking for is to be valued as an individual, not a transaction. They want to have confidence they've made good, sound financial decisions. And they want to have certainty that not only can you talk a good game, you will walk a good game hand in hand, helping that particular individual get the result as promised. And if you are unprepared to meet those four expectations, please stay serving lower ticket offers because we want to raise the standard. I said it at the beginning. I am sick and tired of people thinking, I just want to charge a lot of money and run away. I want to call to the table those that say, I want to charge a lot of money because the result is exponentially a return on investment. And when clients come work with us, that's what I stand for. I said, yes, our programs are not baubles. They cost thousands of dollars, but I can guarantee that you will have an exponential return on investment because for most of our clients, them simply finding 2 or 3 clients pays for our programs. And we don't just look at the next client. We're helping you build a formula, an engine, a foundation that will repeatedly deliver results. So the ROI, that return on investment and time, is a smart money decision. So now that you know what clients at a high ticket level are wanting, let's talk about what's winning right now. And I will foreshadow, come check out our other episode about the common mistakes that are costing you high ticket clients, because knowing what not to do is as equally as important as hearing right now what's working. But right now, let's tackle what is working in high ticket. So first off, money is moving hands, lots of money, because people who invested in free resources or self-study programs or lower valued offers haven't got what was promised. And truthfully, at a low ticket price, they didn't have high expectations. But if they had a time frame for getting results, that fact that they've invested and fallen short means that their time pressure is condensing. That runway, if you will, is getting shorter. And when the runway is short, people will pay for expedited results. You can think of this simply like the passport office. You have a 5 or 10-year passport, in which case you have lots of time to renew your passport when you first get it. You're not that motivated to pay more. But if you have let that time lapse and you've traveled the world, I hope, with that passport, and you then find yourself with a 6-month window, you're like, I kind of need to ensure I get it. If you have a 3-month window, you're really starting to panic. And if you have less than 30 days, you're like, I will send you however much money you want because I need that passport back so I can get on the plane. Your clients have the same experience when it comes to solving their problems. Bearing in mind here the context of what a buyer really is, a customer, a shopper, a client. They have 3 attributes. You've heard it before, but boy, do we need to reinforce this. So here you go. They are already problem aware. They have tried to solve the problem. They've Googled it, Pinterested it, YouTubed it, read TikTok, read a blog, bought a book, listened to a podcast. They've done a lot of things, and they've tried a lot of things. But truthfully, that time crunch, that resource, that expedited path is really in front of them because they are still experiencing a missed expectation for what they want and where they're at, which means they're curious. And curiosity is my favorite thing to curate with potential buyers, because when the curious are moving, they're moving towards you or away from you, and both of those lead to fast decisions, and money loves speed. So they are problem aware, they are curious about solutions, and they are motivated to take action. If those 3 things are not at the table, my friends, you don't have a buyer in front of you. You have a someday brainstorming, thinking about it, maybe. And those are really dangerous to build a business around. So they know they have a problem and their time frame is getting shorter. So what are they looking for? Well, first off, what they're looking for, results. And they will not pay for your time. They will expedite responsiveness and getting results faster, but they don't want to track time. Intimacy, exclusivity, and access are what matter. They don't have the luxury of trying to figure it out on their own. They've already tried that. They fell short, and now they need you to hold their hand. They are looking for measurable wins. They need progress. They do not expect perfection. And they do not honestly even expect a straight line because they're the wild card. And their past behavior shows they're not a straight line. But they are looking for measurable progress. And you have to help them measure that beyond and including money, time, health, relationships, and look after the multifaceted wealth equation that drives human behavior. They are also looking for something that is customizable. And you can go from a level of a little to a lot, depending on how you want to build your business foundations. I'll give you a couple of examples. You might have a program that is 80% the same for everybody. And you might have 3 variations at one component. People can pick their own adventure. And they feel that program is customized to them and they're happy. But they're not happy when it's one size fits all. And other times, people will come in and say, I want a full customization. I want every toolkit you've got at the disposal, and I want you, as the business owner, to pick the next tool based on where I'm at, what I need, what support I require. So you have to think about how you want to play the game. But customization, to a degree, is an expectation. So we've talked a lot about expectations, both what they expect at a high ticket price and what they are looking for in terms of what matters. So here's what strategies are working right now to get into rooms with high ticket buyers. High ticket buyers are experiential buyers. They are led by emotions more than most, and they move quickly. You might find that interesting, but they actually are fast decision makers because they know what they want at different results, and they're curious and ready to commit to new change. So because they are experiential, there are 4 strategies I play in my business, and I recommend my clients play when they are looking to build a high ticket client base. Number 1, speaking. Speaking at events, whether you are in person, you are virtual, you are a sponsor, you are simply in the room, you curate and do your own events. There's a plethora of ways to do this. But oral communication is one of the fastest paths to cash because it cannot be faked. And in the world of AI, high ticket buyers have been burned by grandiose promises for dollars on the dime. And they're saying, I got to use all my spidey senses to trust whether I know what you stand for, I like what you say, you are competent, capable, and I feel safe with you. The fastest way to do that is to speak to them. And I get it. Speaking is one of the biggest fears most on the humans of the planet have. But learning to master this skill, it is a learnable skill, should, in my opinion, be a non-negotiable. And I do help clients know what to say, how to say it, and do a great delivery. Because truthfully, in case you didn't know, I used to teach that corporately when I worked for Procter & Gamble many moons ago. And my favorite people to teach speaking skills to were not the marketing peeps, were not the sales peep, were not the naturally outgoing peeps. It was the HR, the technical experts, the finance, and the guys who were like, I hate this, but I need to influence the room and persuasion is key. How do I do this without them missing the point or my nerves getting the better of me? So that's my jam. It's an extra bonus when you come work with us. It's not our core offer, but it is absolutely a highly valuable part of what we bring to the table. But speaking is important, and events are a fast accelerator. So that's number 1 way to build momentum and get in front of more high-ticket clients, strategies that are working. Number 2, if you're going to network and use relationships to connect to potential buyers, it needs to be in a paid networking community. Okay? It's not to say that you won't find a high net worth person or a high ticket buyer in a free event, but your odds are low because those that want free will always expect free, which means they're not going to drop a big amount of money into your pocket easily. Versus if somebody is in a paid networking space, whether that's the Chamber of Commerce, a B2B platform, BNI, there's a million different paid communities out there for networking. They are already spending money, which means they are more likely to continue to spend money when they see value. The key to that statement is they have to perceive value. The buyer, not you talking loud at them, they have to say, yep, that exponentially returns ROI. So get into paid rooms and be prepared to invest and have a budget item in your business for this. The third thing I will tell you is that when you're working with high ticket clients, referrals can be a foundational piece of the puzzle. It should never be the whole basis of your lead generation. Because when you have it as your whole basis, you are in high risk Some months are awesome and some months are crickets. And my friends, that's a scary place to be in. But when somebody refers business to you, they are vouching for your capability. They are vouching for your ability to get results, and your referred partner should be compensated. Anybody who's in my network who brings to us a strong, qualified potential buyer that becomes a client when we make a great offer and they say yes, gets compensated. 10% of the revenue that we generate in the first contract. So we incentivize and we look for people who are great at serving high-ticket clients whose whole business offering does not mirror ours, because we can collectively accelerate the result for them. And if they're spending with another resource, they're more likely to spend with us. Did you know what I just said there? If they're spending with someone, they are also likely to spend with us. Never see the fact that they're spending with one person reason for you to say they will never spend with us. That is a blind spot, not true. And the fourth way that is also experiential to connect to a high-ticket client is through joint ventures and partnership. Leveraging other people's audiences is a faster path than creating your own, because it takes less hours. And if you have good, constructive conversations with peers, and you can determine that they have the similar audience, the similar behavior, but different needs, by coming together and sharing access to opportunity, vouching for each other, you will find this moves a whole lot faster. Momentum. And that's a win. So I want to recap this because I want you to win with high-ticket clients. Okay, the first thing you need to know is that a high-ticket client does not have the same buying behavior as somebody who's going to throw away $100 and not care. Somebody who's spending $3,000 or more has a high standard. You have to get at a very high level, be certain you can deliver what's promised, or don't make the offer. It's not a lazy way to grow a business. They have expectations of intimate support, access. They want to be certain in their decision making, and they want to work with capable people. What matters to them is a result, not the hours. And truthfully, like a passport experience, you will expedite to get that result faster, which means condense time, up the support. Intimacy, exclusivity, and access are ways you can do that. They want wins, so you have to help them see the progress, to keep them motivated, to keep them on track with the bigger vision they had. Because the first win is easy. Sometimes it feels hard, but truthfully, the first win is the easiest one you will ever have. It's momentum. It's repeated wins that becomes harder. And that's why when we run programs, we don't run programs for a nanosecond. Because I can get you a win pretty quickly, but I want you to have sustained client growth. And so our programs are structured to have multiple wins over time to create new behaviors to have sustainability. And as I said, customization to a degree is expected. And you can decide between a little customization, off the shelf, but pick your flavor for 20% of it, or completely customizable. As a business owner, here's why high ticket is so attractive. You get to sit front row on the result. You get to hold their hand. You get to learn together. And truthfully, when you're working in the high ticket world, it's beautiful to have an intimate group of clients that you care about that create stability for you and your family. Most of my clients are looking for a boutique high ticket clientele. That means that they're looking for 3 to 50 typically clients a year. So instead of trying to find hundreds of thousands of clients for $10 a pop, imagine how your business would look if you were serving fewer people at a higher level. And if this sounds attractive to you, and you're like, I get it, I desire that, I want to help build awesome experiences, and yet I need to be seen as somebody invests with at a high ticket level, come chat with us. We can help. I am Christine Campbell-Rappin. Stay tuned for our next episode around high-ticket clients, because we're going to be talking about the common mistakes that people make that cost you high-ticket clients. So be back. We'll see you on that episode. I'll see you soon. That's a wrap on another amazing episode of Amplify Your Marketing Message with me, your host, Christine Campbell-Rappin. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss another great episode. And be sure to visit christinecampbellrappin.com/podcast to get a free resource on how to master your marketing message. We'll see you all on our next episode.